Fionn stands on her stool next to an occupied clinic bed. Needle in hand, she begins stitching up a deep gash that runs the length of her patient's thigh. As she does so, her mind wanders to the young man she just sent out into the jungle. He'll be fine, she whispers. He's got someone from the Order with him, and that rat folk weren't carrying around an alchemist kit for nothing. Words of reassurance to herself. She knows that she might have asked too much of them, but still, she needs those heliconias. With her needlework now finished, she begins to wrap the wound. Normally, she'd apply a layer of ointment on the gauze to expedite the healing process, but with materials in short supply, that ointment is reserved for dire cases only. Some 20 miles south of the clinic, far past the city walls, and in the dense jungle undergrowth, a half-elf drow, a half-dead lizard, and a magic-hating, monkey-harming, bomb-hurling, half-crazed rat folk stand amidst a grove of heliconia trees. Having just survived an ambush by a strange bulbous plant creature, we cut to them taking stock and tending to their wounds.
Yeah, I kind of look at my leg. Is anything, like, there's just little, like, tooth holes in it, I imagine.
Yeah, are you bloodied? I don't think so.
Oh, no. I'm going to walk over and just hand you a potion.
It didn't really get that deep. It just barely pierced the skin.
Yeah.
Here, drink this.
It's fine.
Okay.
Wait, that's not the Bernie one, is it?
I look, I'm like,
okay, yeah, it's fine.
Minister, is this, okay. You're going to be my filter for this kind of stuff. Just
It's a good idea.
drink.
Okay.
Do you need another one? I do have another one.
No, I think I'm okay. Should we cut these vines and just get out of here?
As you look at the two quick little pierce marks that are in your calf, you feel confident that they're just like two little pinpricks, nothing more, anything.
Cool. I'm just a little paranoid after my last jungle experience.
Yes. I did roll medicine for you. That is my answer to your medicine roll, basically.
Cool.
Yeah, then I'll head over to the vines and start cutting.
I'm just going to be like on edge, like flail out.
Anyone can assist if you would like.
What is the skill I'm using?
You are using survival.
Okay, cool. Yeah, sure.
I will watch the perimeter if you wish to help the rat.
Yeah, sure. So how do we do this? Do I lift you up?
So you make a survival check with +4, so I think it's just +2. Yep. Your -2? Yeah. Yep.
All the nicknames I have for you are not very politically correct.
That's fine. Just better than the rat. Makes you sound like I ratted on someone.
That's a 9.
Okay. You basically don't help or hinder.
I'm sorry. I told you I'm not very good at
19.
This kind of stuff.
19.
But you look like you're great at this.
Not my first time.
Are you a gardener?
I
have before.
In that one go, you harvest 4 bulk of heliconias. God damn. Heliconias.
Fantasy names.
That's a real world plant.
Oh, really?
Yes, a Veridicent heliconia.
Oh,
is
what a
real
mystical
world
sounding plant you've made up.
It's so crazy to be
All right,
pronounced.
before we continue, how much can we all carry?
Yeah, so bulk is the thing. The other thing, you're going to roll again quick. You're doing 2 checks. So you can assist one more time. It's not like you're choosing to do
I got
it again.
a 14.
14? Okay. You have a flat +5, so an additional +1 than what you had before.
Yeah, it's also plus my survival as well.
Mm-hmm. Survival +5.
26.
26. You get an additional 6 bulk.
So we're at 10.
Uh-huh.
How much can you carry?
GM Jack here with a quick explanation on bulk. Bulk is Pathfinder's way of measuring encumbrance. Anything you could conceivably carry has a bulk value, and the higher it is, the harder it is to carry on your person. The stronger a character, the more bulk they can take before suffering adverse effects. The party spends a good chunk of time debating on who can carry what, but all you need to know is that everyone is carrying a good amount of heliconias, with Renister carrying the most. Now, back to the action.
Should we camp here, or?
Probably for the best.
Yeah.
I'll set up the little brain catcher.
So basically you take it out, and wrapped in it is like 4 prongs to like hold it. And then there is almost it's very contraption wise. Phosphorus would probably pique your interest. It's very well made to where you didn't even realize it, but there's almost like a keg sized barrel in there that like deconstructs into, those balls that when you hit, they like kind of just stay almost like a frisbee. It's like one of those that you can like just pop it out into a barrel, And then the actual leather bag is a giant funnel to catch rain. And you just set it in an area that gets at least some rain, because there's obviously a lot of canopies above you. And it does purify it as well. And if it rains during the night, it can fill up to 5 water skins. So up to 5 people can have a day's worth of water if you set this up every night.
How long does the lamp I bought stay lit again?
4 hours. To give you more of what that looks like, it looks like a pretty basic lantern, except it is made out of wood, and it does have kind of like those covers where you can like get rid of the light if you need to. But on the inside is just a couple sticks and maybe 6 to 8 little green beetles. And then the amber jam is basically, think of like hairstyling products. It comes in something like that, and it's just a very gel-like orange thing that you feed them.
Since we're in the, since you two seem to be in the business of owing one another cash, I will be keeping a tab of this lantern if you wish it to be lit. And
you were the one that bought it, man.
Do you need to see? Can you see in the dark?
Yeah.
Nice. How well?
Yeah, pretty well.
Okay, cool. Then I won't light it. We'll be good.
Why don't you roll deception?
I would like to get a read on him. Do I know? Is that something I would just know that rat folk can't see in the dark?
No,
Having
because
been
some
to
of
the
them
rat kingdom?
some of them can.
Okay.
It is not something that is incapable of rat folk. There are specific kinds of rat folk that can.
Is there an insight type roll, or do I not?
Yeah, so basically,
21.
like I said, there are no opposed checks in this. So what he is rolling against is your perception DC, which for you would be 14 in this instance. So he does beat it. So, I mean, I'm not going to tell you as a character that you fully believe that, but it doesn't ring enough alarm bells to be like, he's completely not telling the truth.
All right. You keep first watch, and we'll call it there. And I begin to get out my bedroll, I guess. I'll buy some more of that stuff when we get back, so I can cover my bedroll in that sap. Because my clothes are fine.
Yeah,
my bedroll is not.
Bedroll is not fine.
I just want to find like a log to lean my head against. Then I'm not even going to bother getting out my bedroll and soaking it and putting it back in my backpack.
I pull up in my tent.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
He's talking about a bedroll, and you just pull out a fucking tent.
I feel like I thought to buy a tent, but I guess I didn't.
I have a 1-person tent, so. Sorry,
I
no.
feel like that's something I definitely. But yeah.
How's that lamp working and keeping you warm, buddy?
Oh, I'm okay. I'm used to the rain.
Okay.
I was a sailor back in the day.
Yeah.
I feel like I've been here before too.
No hammers involved.
So it's just me and Phosphorus, huh?
Yep.
Right. Well, sleep tight. Actually, just keeping first watch. So,
Yeah, I probably shouldn't sleep.
so can you run me through again how you met him?
Worst fucking person to ask.
There was a accident.
Not
in
that
the
I don't
tavern.
believe Renister, but
No.
There's two sides to every story.
It's understandable. There was a. I was working on a new project, and something went wrong, and the tavern somehow caught on fire. And I don't know why they blamed me, but they did.
well, you seem like an honest rat.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I try.
Like the way you told me you could just see it at night was so believable.
Well, I mean, we all have our abilities. And yeah, they arrested me, and were going to put me on trial, but Renister here bonded me out, and now he claims I owe him a lot of money.
Ah.
And I don't like to owe people things, so I'm kind of just hanging around.
Yeah, that's understandable. I don't like owing things either. I very much prefer my freedom. Have you been in trouble with the law before that? No judgment here.
Yeah, no, like, not really, no.
A few close calls, you might say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could definitely say that. But
Okay. Yeah.
I've always managed to skirt on by, usually. This was the first. Not a fan of dungeons. I mean, food wasn't actually that bad, but
Yeah. Okay. I've eaten some shit food in my life too, man. Don't worry about it.
I've eaten some really good food in my life.
Some really good food?
Oh, yeah.
Where at?
You know.
Mom and pop type place? Or?
Yeah. Yeah, mom and top.
Mom and top.
Who's Todd? Tell me.
Oh, mom does a lot more than food apparently.
All right. Well, I mean, is there anything I can do to? I mean, is he a good travel companion? Is it?
I mean, he's kind of lording over me with the money I owe him.
Yeah. Yeah.
But he's a good wall when it comes to enemies.
Like that's
How often do you run into enemies, like on a average basis?
Depends on the area, I'd say.
Ah.
Like recently, it's more like, I don't know, once a week so far.
Oh.
But
That's a pretty high. That's a pretty high percentage.
I don't know. It's pretty low to me.
I don't necessarily seek out that kind of conflict. I mean, as you can probably see today, I'm not exactly the most useful in that department.
I know you distracted it pretty well.
Yeah, you too. You too. Anyway, well, if there's anything I can do for you, as far as I don't know, helping you out, I'm not going to give you any money because I don't have any. But if there's anything else besides that I can do to help, I would be happy to.
When I figure it out, I will let you know.
Maybe when you find your arcane gifts, we can
Absolutely not. I will not stoop to that level.
collaborate.
No.
Okay, well, I hope you have a good night, Phosphorus. Let us know. Is there some, you guys have been traveling, you have some kind of signal for if something goes
Absolutely.
awry? Okay. Do I know, can you tell me what it is?
When it happens, you'll know.
Okay. All right. That gives me ultimate confidence.
Absolutely. Sleep tight.
I just kind of curl up like against a tree getting rained on.
So, as they go to bed, and then the watches go by, all of you do wake up and get a full rest.
I wake up and like shake the water off as it just builds up a puddle in my poncho.
Yeah.
You wake up to me trying to pour some into my water skin and just missing.
There's just give them the rain catcher. That's
I
disgusting.
didn't want to use.
Renaissance, why don't you roll
I didn't want to use that
two
thing that you paid money for.
D6s and tell me the additions of
It was given to me. This is a collaborative thing. Don't be so stingy. We are a companionship.
I
That's
like
be-
to own property, Renastier. The government does not. Okay.
Absolutely. Preach it.
our water. Our water.
Oh no.
5.
5.
3 and a 2. Probably just a rain.
It is a light rain.
Oh.
I guess I haven't eaten a ration since yesterday.
it's soggy.
Is that a thing we have to do every day to not have like negative effects?
Yeah, basically
cool.
you lose
So-
a day's worth of food.
Okay.
Do you ask anyone for food, Phosphorus?
I would assume he just bought the food for us because he's responsible for me.
That's fair, actually.
Throw it at his face. Or I just throw it at his
I just
face.
open my mouth and eat it all.
Wow, this is a very pet-like relationship.
So basically, the only effect, because you have the hat, is that anything further than 100 feet away is concealed, and you have a -1 penalty to perception.
What kind of rain is it you said?
Is a light rain.
I
It's
will
not as
add-
heavy as yesterday.
The minute I see Phosphorus gobble down my ration, I just pull out a little journal and go. Write a
And
little
add-
number.
Yeah. Okay.
No, if you don't, if I die, you can't get the money back.
Where there's a will, there's a way.
No. I'll make sure when I die that I can't come back.
You have any relatives?
Nope.
Can I check if he's lying? And I get a
You get a
situation
bonus.
yeah.
Yeah. So why don't you make a deception check? DC would be 14 because you get a +1. Yeah, he's lying for sure. No, I mean you at least are aware of rat folk have massive families. You will never find a rat folk that does not have a living relative.
Unless something bad really
Yeah.
happened.
Yeah, I will be in contact with your family if anything should happen.
Good luck finding them.
You're a very easy rat to describe.
You don't know if I was like that when I left.
The one that gets falsely
He's the-
accused of lighting taverns on fire.
He's the one with the sooty face and a penchant for fire.
And you wake up and you're like, Rince, did you know you got falsely accused?
It's like, Renaster, you really got to take it easy on this guy. You know, he's not all that it might seem. He can see in the dark.
I don't know about that.
Okay. So you guys pack up. All of you load your water skins. There's like a kind of stretchy nozzle to put under your water skin to get water out of the rain catcher.
I really need to improve my charisma if I don't keep lying.
Right?
But yeah, you all
working
load
so
up your
far.
water skins and off
Yeah,
you go
I down some delicious water.
back to town.
I don't know. It's like warm water, though.
Yeah.
You
It's kind of like tea.
You guys make your way through the forest back to the main road. Walking back takes you a good chunk of the day. You'd get there around mid-afternoon, 2 or 3 p.m. You pass the graveyards as you go in. The guards are there at the gate. The gate is open. They just give you each a nod as you come in.
Do all these like headstones and stuff, you said it's like an abnormally large graveyard? Or just like big?
I wouldn't say abnormally large. There's just like 6 very large plots. But the actual headstones themselves range from like a big stone, almost like an entrance to some place, to just like a normal headstone.
Okay. Well, there's just like kind of creepy vibes in the area as far as no one really coming or going. Do a lot of these look like recent? Or is it like a pretty like old?
It's kind of a mix. Some of them look
Historical mix.
very decrepit. Some of them look very recent.
Okay.
I did say it is very well kept.
Okay.
There's not a lot of people coming and going, but it looks like it is tended to often.
Is there a specific religion or deity that's like worshipped here?
You would know that there isn't really a specific deity. Most people in here, and mainly most people in New Ronku, which is kind of the nation you're in, subscribe to a belief system of ancestries, like who you are and who the people that came before you mean a lot, and they believe in like very much honoring the dead. It would be equated to a type of religion that would probably fall under the realm of one of the chosen, which is like the demigods of one of the gods, whose name is Grim, who watches over like the boneyard,
Okay.
which is where people go when they die. Souls go when they die to be
Yeah.
like judged and sent to places.
Okay.
But you would know that most people wouldn't actually directly worship them. It is just like a very ancestral and honoring the dead focused place.
Okay. Sounds good.
And are these tombstones, are they like pretty bland, like a name and date, or do they state like cause of death?
Kind of
or
like
anything?
before, there's a large range of just like some
Gotcha.
of them are just names. Some of them have a lot of descriptions. Some of them are very clearly like the bigger ones you can tell are probably like family tombs. They have many names on them, stuff like that.
Okay. But they don't say like cause of death or anything like that?
No.
Okay.
Mm-mm. Most of them don't. You wouldn't see
I want
any
to
of
see the
them.
ones that say tree person on it.
Yeah. But yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So in you go. You head back to the clinic towards the center of town, I assume. It's more of a question than just like a
Yeah.
tell me
Yeah.
what to do.
I can't think of anywhere else I would go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you go back.
Need that money.
You go in. You see there is right as you enter. There is basically kind of a reception area. There is a door that goes all the way through, so you can kind of just like walk straight through the building. And then there is a door to your right and to your left. To the right is the ward that you were in the ward you guys talked to Fiona in. To the left is just the second ward, where they keep different or more patients. There is a small desk, and there's the same human man that you guys talked to get in here before. He gives you a nod. He says, "You got the stuff?
Yes, we've returned from our errand.
She should be in there for you."
Thank you.
And he points to the right door. Your guys' is right and his left.
I'll strut that way.
Yeah, and you catch her just as she's coming out of a tent. She says, "Oh,
We've returned with your supplies.
wonderful. Come with me. Come with me." And she takes you to the same storage room as before.
As
You-
we're walking with her, though, I would be like, are you aware of any baby-like plant creatures that protect the plants or hang around them?
No. Was it you had a little green friend? She points to you. Edmund.
Not quite the same. No.
Okay.
At first, I thought it may have been a friend. Turns out it was a foe, and I show her the little like prick marks on my legs.
Okay. You were attacked by a plant?
It looked like a baby.
I have not heard of that.
Very angry baby.
We do have a lot of active plants, so to speak, of recent.
Is there someone that we could talk to? No offense. It seems like medicine is your specialty, but is there anyone in town
absolutely, yeah.
that has the specialty in terms of like
Magic?
Magic, yeah.
Living plants?
Yeah, anything that would sort of be in that realm that we
If
could ask
they
you
were,
questions to?
they'd be at the assembly hall.
And what might that be? Sorry,
What might
new
it or
here.
where might it? What was the
Both.
question? She gives you directions to it, for one,
Sweet.
as I look up where it is. And then it is, are you familiar with the Arcane Assembly?
Am I familiar with the Arcane Assembly? I'm not sure. Out of game.
Either way, she would give you the information, so I'll just give you the information.
Okay.
Whether you know it or not, I'll
Okay.
just tell it, because you as Taylor don't know it.
Yeah.
Basically, the Arcane Assembly is one of the 4 main groups that govern New Ronku. They are, if you will, the magic-focused group, and they are kind of famed or notorious for not a lot of rules or regulations. They're very free-form in how they let people... Basically, if you become a member, you determine like what you do, whether you're an actual spellcaster and you're focused on bettering your own magic, or you're a researcher and you specifically focus on one field of magic, like living plants or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, wow, okay. You would know further information that she wouldn't know, but you would know that as you were walking through town, and you kind of remember from hearing it in your stops of Wakuzana, the capital city here, that the assembly hall here is often looked down upon by the other assembly halls because there's not a lot of magical people here, if none actually in the assembly hall. That doesn't mean there's no one who knows anything about magic, but no one who wields magic. They're very engineering and like invention focused.
Okay. Cool. Thank you. I think that'd be a great place to start. You said there's been a problem in town recently?
Yes,
People are
give me 1 second to unload these.
Yeah.
And she kind of unloads them and does like the head count of them, 10. And she says, "Oh, this is more than I was expecting. Thank you."
That was all phosphorus, yeah.
Thank you.
He was a gardener.
He's a gardener. Interesting.
That's what he told me.
And I believe every word he says.
And he is my god.
And she...
That is right, my son.
I hate everything about this.
you two to split would get 12 gold pieces.
Perfect. Thank you.
She says, this is honestly more than I would have asked for your payment. And she hands you 2 gold pieces.
So wait, we get 12 in total, so I'm assuming 6 each.
Yeah, if you split it even, you would each get 6.
I take 7, he gets 5.
Oh, so you're cheaping out on me, huh?
No, it is for your payment.
You're just stealing from me. Using
2 gold pieces.
Using
Yeah.
your power to take money.
And
I
then she
cannot
says-
steal what is rightfully mine.
And then she says, yeah,
Thank you very much.
we've had a lot of issues with, most people call them woodsmen. They're like a roughly humanoid, like bark creatures. It's why most people, unless you're a farmer or a guardsman, aren't leaving the town. There's less traffic. We've also had the unfortunate, the unfortunate, whatever you would call it. There's a bandit gang. They're less of an issue because they are more of an issue for the locomotes than anything else that go between here and North Thegnern.
Is there a bounty on their head?
I'm sure there is, but
We should find that out.
I'm for that, yes.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
Once I look at
if you
my
guys,
approval.
Is there somewhere to
I
stay
need
close
money to buy
by?
bombs.
I'm looking to just sort of probably stay in town for the next couple days or so and kind of get my bearings.
absolutely, you're looking for the Emperor's Inn and Pub.
Emperor's Inn. Thank you.
And she says, Renisteer,
Yes.
I can point you in the direction of some more work.
Gladly.
There is a steel brand mercenary in town who is asking about some things.
I
They
am
probably
acquainted.
have some things. Okay.
We traveled here together.
Okay. I think he's staying at the pub if you need to find him.
Perfect.
Are you gonna try to find him again?
Yeah, might as well. He's an interesting fellow.
The assembly normally has plenty of freelance stuff. Otherwise, I think there was something going on with the Farmers Guild. Stop in there too.
Plenty to do.
What time of day is it by now at this point? I know we traveled for like many hours to get
It is like
Back
3 or
here.
4 in the afternoon.
a couple hours before
PM.
sunset-ish.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah. Sun probably sets around 7, if you were to say. So 3 to 4 hours of daylight, if you were to quantify it.
Okay, cool. I just sort of start to head out, and I say, what are you? You said you're looking for more work.
Yes, we're going to see if we can't earn a little money and help out. Him probably more the former than latter, but see what we can do to assist these folks.
Do you guys have a place you're staying in town? How long were you here before you came to see? Not me.
You
I
got
guess,
here the
but-
day that you came and went to talk to Fiona.
We have not stayed here yet.
Are either of you familiar with this town a whole lot, or
Not in particular.
you said you were traveling with a steel brand?
Yes, he was part of our traveling retinue with the caravan we got safe passage with. Very skilled. Too
Yeah.
skilled. Very skilled.
Do you happen to remember his name?
Yes, his name is Vasco.
Huh.
Do you know this Vasco?
No, I don't know him. No, I had dealings with the steel brands a long time ago,
Positive or negative?
a couple years back. Positive. I was a crew member on a ship, and we gave passage to them some time ago.
I see.
Might I come with you?
Certainly.
See if I can.
proven yourself to be capable, and
I was rather friendly with the captain, sort of. At least the one time I interacted with him. So maybe get some favor and give me some directions out of here.
well, certainly you've proven yourself to be very capable, and your powers seem to be something.
They're not nothing. Thanks. Well, my plan is to find a place to crash wherever that might be. Kind of get my bearings, make a plan for what I'm doing next. I'm not quite sure. I do know this corn will last me a little bit, but I kind of need to figure out what I'm doing next.
Well, we are certainly in the same boat in that regard. Not literally. I know you said you're good at sailing, but that's not very applicable here. We will definitely look for a place as well, but it makes the most sense if we have a common goal to pool our funds, as it were. Not literally. I need that money.
Is one of the steel brands staying in a place that you know, or do you
He's
not know
staying in
where
the
he is?
tavern. I will go and speak with him and see what is happening.
And the
We
Emperor's
also-
Inn, or is it somewhere different? Same place.
She said, yeah, she did say that he was at the Emperor's Inn.
Okay, cool.
Mhm.
Okay.
Just making sure.
Well, we can definitely talk to him. There is freelance work as well. We can look through in some of the local guilds.
Yeah, so just to give a rundown of the three kind of leads she gave you, she
farm
mentioned
one.
the steel brand Mercenary, who could be found at the pub. She mentioned unspecifically that the Arcane Assembly, since it's kind of a little bit of a scatterbrain organization, often has need for people to do things. And then the Farmers Guild, which is one of the, as it sounds, they like oversee and run all of the farm fields. There's like a dock workers guild that oversees the locomotives and the docks and all that. But yeah. So Farmers Guild, Arcane Assembly, Steel Brand at the pub.
So there is many leads that we can chase after. Do either of you have a preference on which we go first? Personally, I wouldn't mind saying hello to Vasco, see what is going on with the steel brands, but I'm not sold completely if you have any preference.
Right now, I want to go get some hot food and rest a little bit. So,
Well, it appears to be in the same place, so we can kill two birds in one stone.
sounds good. Maybe 2 monkeys.
So, the Emperor's Inn and Pub is an L-shaped stone building with the longer part of the L having a second story. Hanging above 2 saloon-style swinging doors is a wooden sign with a crude turquoise and green bird drawn on it. Entering leads you to a roughly 40 by 40 foot square room with vaulted ceilings. Windows flank the doorway and are spaced evenly along the outward-facing walls, allowing the dim sunlight of the setting sun to pour in. Small metal pegs jut out from the walls and the gaps between the windows where flash beetle lanterns are hung, not lit yet. They have not been fed the jam because it is not nighttime. Directly across is a wooden countertop that serves as a bar, with a mishmash of tables between it and the entrance. In the left corner, tucked next to the entryway, is a slightly elevated stage where a dwarven woman sits, plucking away at a piano. Well, I said woman, but then I have he. She appears to be just finishing a somber tune as you enter, leading to a stillness and quiet you'd expect from a concert hall, not a pub. A solitary man sits in the back of the bar, his scarred hands gripping a mug. He sits all the way into the booth, back to the wall, his body slightly angled to the door, eyes darting across the room before quickly returning to his drink. Phosphorus and Renestier, you recognize this man as Vasco.
I will make my way over to him.
Okay.
Take a seat. Is he in like a booth or a table?
Yes, he is in like
I
a
will
booth.
slide in across.
To tell
Does
you,
this place seem like full?
it is not full.
Okay.
There are very few people in it. Very few people in it. Though it is worth noting, you would know, especially in a community that's focused around farming, it probably wouldn't really get busy until after daylight
Yeah.
because people are still in the fields.
Yeah, I will follow them. Is it okay if I just snag a drink if there's no line at the bar?
Uh-huh,
On my way.
There's just a dwarven man, looks middle-aged.
I just say, hello.
Hello?
Could I just grab an ale, please? Just kind of run-of-the-mill, bottom shelf, whatever you got on hand.
Mm-hmm. And he just pours one for you, puts it up. It's worth noting the dwarven woman and the door that was behind the piano and the dwarven man that's behind the bar, they both have a face tattoo that basically runs from the top of their forehead all the way down the center of their face and then splits at their nose into two lines that run down their cheeks.
Thank you, good sir. How much do I owe you?
3 copper.
Okay. Yeah.
I'll also walk up to the bar.
You have change for silver?
Mm-hmm.
I flip him silver.
He gives you the change. So 7 copper.
I
Oh,
leave
Liquor.
him a copper for a tip.
Okay, gotcha. Well, whiskey.
Sure.
He pours you glass on the rocks.
Fill the glass.
He fills it. 1 silver.
It's a lot of whiskey.
Silver.
Does your friend Renestier drink anything?
I have no idea.
Phosphorus?
And I walk over to the table.
Okay, I better. I don't know. I feel like he's the man that would get one if you wanted one. Yeah, okay. Thank
Okay.
you, good sir. Have a good rest of your night.
So you go to Vasco. He gives you a nod. You sit down next to him or across from him.
across from him.
Okay.
Hello, my friend. How goes business in the city?
Not too bad.
We ourselves have just returned on an errand. Not certain. Have you heard any work or need any assistance with anything?
Yeah, I could.
Oh, certainly.
For you, Taylor, and for the audience, Vasco is closer to middle age than he is young, but he's not quite like old human man. He distinctly, excuse me, oh my goodness. He distinctly stands out from the other humans here. He looks more of like an Italian, to put it in our world, than he does like of Asian descent. Very dark hair. There's little beginnings of graying, a kind of patchy but well-kept beard. He has a elegant curved blade kind of at his side that looks very worn and very used. His whole body's covered in black leather, and he has a large crossbow on his back as well. Pretty much all of his body is covered except his head. He's got like leather gloves, like the leather armor covers pretty much everything.
Okay.
But yeah, you guys come back with your drinks. Who sits down next to Renestier? Who sits down next to Vasco?
I will probably let Phosphorus choose a seat first.
Also next to Vasco.
Okay, you sit next to him.
Yeah.
Perfect. You sit
I just
next to
sort of look at Vasco and nod and say, hi, I'm Eamon.
Vasco.
Traveling companion with these two for now.
Um,
I sit down.
you from the mountains?
No. Why do you ask?
You have dark elf blood in you, no?
Yeah, sorry. We're from a long ways away. No.
Gotcha.
Not from the mountains.
Don't mean anything by it, just curious.
No, it's all right. I get asked that a lot, actually.
You two, for sure, Renestier and Phosphorus. Yeah, sorry. Jiminy Goodness. Oh my God, Jiminy Crickets.
It's just going so well.
Jiminy Phosphorus.
It seems not uncharacteristic, but Vasco seems like when you interacted with him on the way here, he basically never initiated conversation, and he has just asked Eamon a question unprovoked, basically right out of meeting him, which doesn't seem like out of place. It's just definitely something of note. something clearly must have piqued his interest
Gotcha.
to some degree. But yeah,
I hate to interject, but our friend Minister here said you're with the Steel Brands, correct?
mm-hmm.
Is that still under Captain Bulk, or has it changed head since then?
Not still. He has now become the general.
Oh, okay.
Do you know him?
No is a strong word. I've interacted with him before. We made a business deal every now and again back in the day. I've been around the Steel Brands enough. Yeah, spent a decent amount of time at sea with some of your compatriots.
Good people.
Good enough. What brings you here, if I might ask?
We are, well, not we. I am looking for someone. A man by the name of Jander Agnew. And you see him pull out a piece of paper, and he just takes out a quill and ink and he starts to write on it. All of you can really see it, and it looks like basically akin to a pretty sparse wording-wise, but a legal document. And he just fills in some spots, and he says, I can't tell you anymore unless you signed a contract of work for this. I will lay down some guidelines. I can't tell you why, and I can't tell you really who, other than physical descriptions, this man is, or why I'm looking for him. What I'm really looking for is just information. I can handle it from there. So preferably, if you do find him, allow me to confront him.
Certainly. May I ask why us in particular need to find this man?
The head of the guard here is not particularly a fan of the Steel Brands, and I have been barred from speaking with some higher-ups for that, and barred with going to some of the neighborhoods, treetop neighborhoods from that as well.
I take it that is where this person most likely resides?
It's a great place to get information.
Perfect.
I can pay you 10 gold pieces as a group, not individually.
Well, I'm just... it's very nice to meet you, sir. Can you remind me your name again?
Vasco.
Vasco. Yeah, I just met these two fairly recently. Not quite committed to any sort of work yet. But you said all you wanted was information. So all it would need is just a where and a what this individual is doing. This gender.
Yes, essentially, more specifically, a place to find him, yes, would be the most useful. But I'll take any information, really.
Do I know, with my vague history with the Steel Brands, is this most likely an assassination type thing, or is it?
It's definitely.
Do they tend to like?
You would know it is most likely not an assassination.
Do they tend to just like deal in like prisoners and things like that? Just like, I don't know if I'd have a huge advantage knowing them or not, but I have had some run-ins.
Yeah. So you would vaguely know of a concept that is basically a returner. You don't really know anything around it, but you know that there are certain Steel Brands that specifically find deserters from the Steel Brands, and they bring them back to the Steel Brands. Not to kill them, just to bring them back. Renisteer, since you're from there, you would know more about the Steel Brands and how they function. Basically, how the Steel Brands work is... to join the Steel Brands, you sign something that is basically referred to within their order as a life debt, but is essentially a form of voluntary slavery. They own you for 8 years once you sign it. You go through 4 years of very grueling training, like intense stuff. That's why they have people like returners, because often people desert. After those 4 years, you go through 4 years of working under a captain in a mercenary company. After those 4 years are up, your life debt is complete and you can do really whatever you want, though almost everyone unequivocally stays with the Steel Brands if they make it to that point. So you would just know from context, based on what Vasco's here to do, he's probably a returner, and he's probably this person probably deserted.
I would probably also say, just because of the rapport that I built with him on this way, I'm trusting of this is like I wouldn't say morally upright, but just a order business sort of thing that I wouldn't
there's
really,
not like, he's not like hiding anything.
Sure,
or like
I wouldn't try
putting
to
anything
question
under
further than that I've already kind of established. He's not like their Steel Brands aren't like killers.
Yes.
Without cause, at least.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I would definitely be willing to do something along these lines. Do either of you have any objections or questions?
I'd just like to read the contract first.
He hands it to you.
I'll go over the entire contract.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's actually
Do you
pretty
have little
short.
rat glasses? So that would be the cutest thing in the world.
It's pretty short. The only thing is that should you guys knowingly deliver false information, he does not need to pay you. Other than that, you two would know this. You would not, but they could fill you in. Steel Brands pretty much exclusively deal in contracts. So, like, if they hire people, if they are hired, there is always written documentation of it. So even for something like pretty simple as this, where he just like kind of wants information, he still writes up a contract for it and such. But nothing else sticks out to you other than that.
Okay.
The main clause is that, like, if you knowingly mislead him, he owes you nothing.
Okay.
And there's a spot. There's not like multiple spots, but there's a spot he just asks for all of you to sign if you're on board.
Everything to your liking?
Yes.
Does it say on there, Phosphorus, are you on a time crunch, sir? Is there I know you don't want to be sitting around in a tavern all day, so I know it would be as soon as possible, but is there a certain time you must know all of this by?
No, I will find him eventually. Hopefully you guys will just expedite the process.
Fair enough.
Sooner the better, but I would say if I go more than 3 days without hearing from you, I would come and contact you and see what is going on. But
okay. I don't have much of an opinion. I'll let you guys decide, and if you would like to take it, and if you would like to have me assist in any way I can.
You
this
seem to
seems
be
pretty
better
harmless.
at conversing with the common man.
If it involves more conversing and less getting bit by little plant babies, I would heartily join.
That didn't seem too bad to me.
Then in that regard, I believe we are in agreement. Seems a little bit more straightforward, not as swampy. Yes, we will definitely. I will sign the contract.
he hands you all a quill. For you to sign. The dwarven lady who's playing the piano before kind of walks up and she goes, "You gentlemen need any food, drinks?"
Do you drink, my friend?
Not to drink personally. I prefer to keep keen of mind. What is the special of the day?
Food or drink wise?
Food.
We have a rice porridge.
Okay, I'll take a rice porridge
Did
with
you
a
hear
water.
that rice porridge?
My mouth is salivating. I'll take the rice porridge.
I don't see any.
You're not looking hard enough. Rice porridge it is.
I'll take one of those as well. If I were to get a room here, could I have that sent up to my room?
Absolutely. Were you looking for a room?
I was, yes, yeah.
For how many?
Just one, I believe.
We'll also be taking a room. Individual rooms.
All individual rooms.
Yes.
Okay. It'd just be 2 silver pieces a night.
Okay.
Let's start with one night.
And then 1 silver piece for the meal. Anyone who's getting food.
Sure.
As she collects that and then walks off, Vasco says, "Okay, since we are one of the governing forces of New Anku, our life debts are honored by pretty much every establishment here. So for Jandu to come here, he would have had to got new papers and changed his name. Basically, he would have changed his identity. He takes out a just a medium-sized piece of paper that has like basically a police sketch on it, if you will. And it's just the face of a young human man, no older than mid-20s. He's got short, light brown cropped hair, angular features, 2 small birthmarks just under his left jawline. And he says, the only information I've been able to gather so far is that if there is someone who could forge those documents, it would probably be in one of the treetop neighborhoods.
Certainly. Well, we best be off after our meals.
He was, one last thing.
Yes.
Gender is unskilled, from what I understand, so he would have had to become an unskilled laborer. So he would have either been working at the Farmers or the Dock Workers Guild. I myself tomorrow am going to the Farmers Guild because I think it's my best bet, even though I'm barred, to get some information. But other than that, go about as you see fit.
We will cover as much ground, do the opposite, and cover the dock.
Yeah. If the
You are acquainted with sailors, no?
yeah. I mean, I've been around them.
This
If
works.
my porridge is here, I'm gonna probably grab it and head up to my room and be like,
Yeah.
"It was a pleasure to meet you, Vasco. Should we plan on just meeting down here in the morning and talking over what the day's gonna look like?"
Sounds like a plan.
I bid you all good night.
He goes up to his room.
Throw my hand in a wave.
As she left the keys for all 3 of you. And she says, since you're only getting one night, to just leave them on the counter before you leave or give them to somebody before you leave. In the morning, because you only pay for a night. But yeah. You two, you guys do anything?
Renisteer, someone who probably has the talent to forge papers may not be the most willing to talk to a individual such as yourself.
What?
Someone who forges papers is probably going to be terrified of you.
I could just pass as the muscle. I'm a warm and cheery personality.
No, you're not.
I'm welcoming.
No.
Kids love me.
No. I saw 3 run away from you.
They were running.
They pointed at you and ran away.
They said, "Oh, he's cool. He's probably hip."
Would you allow yourself to let those people that are in that life continue to do what they do as we walk through an area?
I am not a mindless animal who swings first at any situation that presents itself to me. Of course, this situation is of note. Perhaps I might mention to the guard there's a guy forging documents afterwards, but I'm not going to smash his head in with a flail.
Well, that's a fair point. I guess we should take care of this in the morning.
I don't like that tone. Don't. If you get put in prison again.
Oh, it'll never happen.
I never say never.
Never.
Never say never with Renisteer.
I go upstairs.
Double your gold.
Okay. So you go to bed.
No.
I figured. You go to your room eventually?
I will, but I will keep an ear out for any scuffling about from his room.
Okay. So what are you doing?
I'm going out the window.
I figured. Why don't you roll stealth for me?
Okay.
And I was not going to sleep, just so you know.
Okay. Are you leaving?
I do not plan on leaving the building, no.
Okay.
You too? As I'm crawling out
15.
the window.
You hear nothing. Okay, so you go out the window. It is on the 2nd floor.
Yeah.
So do you just like hop down, or do you attempt to climb down?
Phosphorus's
Do
great
I?
adventure.
Phosphorus is night out on the town.
I'm going to do the jail escape. I'm going to take the bed sheet, tie it up. I'm going to use that.
Yeah. Why don't you make
Taking the bed sheet
why don't you make
exit.
a crafting check for me to put that together?
I just, in the next room over, just hear a, as the bed sheet snaps.
Your eyes just wait up.
God damn it!
You have a +6, yeah. That's 13.
Yeah, you get it and make it get down for sure.
Okay.
What would you like to do, Eamon?
As I get in my room, I obviously, I guess, I just want to eat my food. But as I get in my room, my like poker face kind of like
Draw.
just like, yeah, this sort of it's kind of been a blur of events since I had a second of like to myself to think about everything that's happened.
I mean, this is the first time in probably like 2 weeks you have felt safe, like sleeping somewhere.
Yeah.
You woke up in the clinic, slept in the woods, and then all the time before that you were just traveling through the forest. So
I want to sort of like rummage through my bag of things I recovered from the shipwreck, and I want to grab out a journal. I find a journal in there, and
your waterproof journal.
Yeah, and I just kind of want to open it as it seems pretty dry at this point. Obviously, is there anything written in it, or is it a blank?
It's a blank slate.
Cool.
The
story
begins.
I just want to. I begin to write a Pathfinder adventure.
Oh no!
I am the new GM. Sorry.
How dare you?
I want to start just sort of like writing the past couple days events as I begin to like panic breathe a little bit when I think about exactly what has gone on.
It's like when you journal as a form of like collecting your thoughts.
Yeah.
You just like write it down so you can
trying to organize my thoughts. Is there anything I can roll to sort of like self-assess how I'm feeling as far as like my magical abilities go, the sort of like stability just like of me in general?
Yeah, you don't have to roll. I can just tell you because it's like you. You would know basically that you two things. If you do not go unconscious due to damage, that would probably be the biggest time you would lose control of your magic. Obviously, I say it because of damage, meaning you're not going to lose control while you like sleep. Otherwise, you have a pretty good grasp on it. You feel like mainly why it was so crazy before is because you didn't use it for so long. And then also, it's kind of hard to tell now because you haven't really tapped into your unique part of it yet, i.e. a focus spell. That would be when you really start to understand where you might be at in terms of stuff like that. But right now, you feel pretty, I wouldn't say in control fully, but not at risk, so to speak.
Okay. Yeah. After I journal a bit and sort of do a bit of a self-assessment, writing through kind of just how I'm doing, I'll just go to sleep.
Perfect.
Back to you, Phosphorus.
Phosphorus.
All right.
What are you trying to do?
I would like to use my past knowledge of how criminal types work.
Yes.
And I would like to figure out where they would most likely be staying.
Yeah, so this will be, you'll first make a underworld knowledge lore check, and then you will be making a diplomacy check after that, because you'll technically be like gathering information.
18 on the lore.
Okay, so you make a diplomacy check with a +2 circumstance bonus.
No. +2, you said? 23.
So you get 2 leads. One of them you
rolled
quickly dismiss. There is one of them is to a human man, but then you realize the only reason that's coming up as a lead is because their last name is Forger. Otherwise, well, first you learn that all of the tree neighborhoods are named, and that they are built into the big trees, which are called Kipu trees, Kipu. There's Kipu Tree Ko, Kipu Tree Zu, Kipu Tree Da, and Kipu Tree Mo. You get a lead. You don't know exactly where, but if there's a forger, it would be in Kipu Tree Da, mainly because it's the poorer one, so it'd be the easiest to remain under the radar. And that's where kind of what you gather, all the information you gather, would lead you.
I'll head on over there.
Okay. That would have taken you a couple hours.
Oh.
As getting all that information.
Oh, okay. So it's...
So now it would be around like 9 or 10.
At night?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'll head over.
Word. Give me another gather information check.
Lore Underworld again?
No, just the flat gather information first. Sorry, diplomacy.
Okay. Yeah.
Diplomacy check is what I meant to say.
11.
Okay. Yeah, it's the main. You don't basically you basically make zero progress, but it would be pretty easy to equate it to that. Most people have like turned in for the night, so there's not a lot of information to gather in general.
Okay. I don't see any like vendors in the area, do I?
No. There's this big sign that says, "We make forgeries." No, nothing. No vendors or anything.
Falsified checks.
Yeah, I know the
Guns,
like,
gold,
yeah,
falsified
this is like
checks.
black market
Paycheck
dealers.
advance.
All right, I guess I'll just head on back. I'm not going to bother climbing. I'm just going to go through the tavern and up.
Okay.
Do I hear him coming up?
I'm not trying to stealth.
Would you be asleep by 10 p.m.?
Probably not. No.
Yeah. Well, then, yeah, you would definitely hear him come in.
Where were you?
I'll gather information. I know where to start to look. I go into my room.
As you kind of get up and look out the window of your room, you see him pull up the sheet rope into his room.
I hate him.
And yeah, all of you get a long rest. I don't think any of you used anything that day, but
No.
you all wake up and meet down there in the morning, leaving your keys if you so choose.
Yeah, I'd probably get my keys just in case.
Mm-hmm.
Good morning, Minister. Phosphorus.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Did you sleep well?
There is much more of a crowd now, like the morning
I
breakfast
did.
crowd.
Thank you.
I don't care.
Bed and breakfast.
I hope you slept with the rock under your bed and your spine is all bad feeling and you
No, it's actually perfect.
hurts when you move.
I'm going to grab some breakfast.
Okay, let's go get some.
He's so rude.
I'm just going to find... Does it look like there's like servers or do they have to go up?
There are servers now since it's busy.
Cool. I'm going to find a booth if there's one open.
Yeah.
So it's pretty...
Yes,
packed.
it is
Rolling.
busier, but it's not packed busy.
Is Vasco here or no?
No, you do not
Okay.
see him anywhere.
I want to sit and then, just open up seats in a booth for...
Yeah, if you
Guys
I'll
guys
slide in next to him.
want food,
Phosphorus.
just be 2 copper. It's
I
a
will take some,
similar
please.
rice porridge.
But with breakfast flavor.
Yeah, they add a breakfast seasoning to it.
A quarter of an egg.
So dinner is 2 silver. Breakfast is 2 copper.
I say silver.
Early on, you said silver.
I think that was because of your alcohol.
It was 1 silver, I think, for the porridge.
Yeah, but 2 for the room. So it's 3 total.
Yeah, okay, the food should have been copper. That's my bad. I
Oh, okay.
misspoke.
I should have 6 copper and 5 silver. Okay.
All right. So, how was the rest of you guys' evening?
Well, it was great. Thank you.
At least tell me you did not get caught.
Oh, not at all.
What did you?
For what, you actually didn't do anything illegal. So.
No, I never broke any laws.
What did you do?
I asked some questions.
And what did you find?
We need to go to Kipu Tree Da.
Are those words?
Yes.
Okay.
He can explain basically what I told him, that the kipu trees are the bigger trees.
I could.
They're everywhere in the rainforest, but they're the ones that are used for the tree neighborhoods here.
I hate to say it, but good job, Rat.
Good job, Ryan.
So, out of just real quick question though, out of all the work that you two could find, why work for Vasco? I'm sure there's plenty of work in the town.
I
this
trust
size.
him. Also, not to mention the fact that this is in town. Seems easy enough. I prefer to mix it up a bit. Not have to use my flail every single time.
That's what I would prefer as well. It's sort of what I'm alluding to. Not that you two come off like,
The duality of power is to also know when to withhold it.
I really like throwing bombs. That all works for me.
I that's sort of what I was kind of getting at, is that not that gathering information is all that hard, but working for steel brands and mercenary companies isn't exactly something I have a lot of history
I can't
Will
quite.
we be
say.
breaking any laws doing this, or he's operating
I hope so.
within the government, right? The steel. He's operating within like the bounds of the law and all this.
Well, it
Working for a
sounds-
guy who was banned from entire swaths of the town.
Well, it's
So yeah, essentially he, to put it into like real world context, he has the authority of someone who is looking for someone who like fled probation or bail or something. Like he is legally in the right to take this person and capture him.
But because of like negative stereotypes or something, he's
There's
not-
like a personal-
the guards aren't letting
because
him
the
places?
captain of the guard does not like the steel brands, is what he said.
It's not
he
like
has
a
been
known
barred
law
from access.
that's like steel brands by law. or not.
Yeah,
Okay.
he doesn't. He can find them, but he can't like break laws to find them. And if the captain of the guard just like tells people don't talk to this steel brand, he's also not technically breaking any laws. He's just telling people to not talk to this dude.
Okay.
So legally, is he in the right? Absolutely. He's just been stalled a bit because the basically head legal authority here does not like the steel brands.
whoever this runaway is, he was honor bound and fled from that honor. So, in that regard, he's completely in his right to track him down, especially if he willingly joined this order.
Have you guys done this type of work before?
Not this in particular, but being in an order myself, similar operations despite not exactly the same goal.
Okay. Well, yeah. If you're willing to take the lead, and if you're willing to accept my help where it may be necessary, I'd be happy to join. I know I already signed the contract, but
Phosphorus. Just not really something you worth pointing out, but there is what looks like a. That doesn't make any sense. I'm literally pointing it out to you. Not something worth pointing out, but to point it out to you. What I meant to say is it might not actually pique your interest anyway, but there is a female rat folk working as a server here in the morning.
hey,
Well, not less of a you should fuck her, but more of a you haven't seen a rat folk in a while, so
Hubba hubba!
that's the thing.
Oh no, I'm just gonna keep my head
you said
down.
you didn't have family.
You want me to fuck my family?
No, that's not.
Do you,
When
do you
did
guys
fucking
do
get
that?
involved?
No.
That's why there's so many.
I wonder why he had web feet.
But yeah, you guys finish up
That was
eating.
an accident.
Where are you headed?
Lead the way. You know where we're going.
Well,
Sure.
hold on. He mentioned. So you said we need to go to this tree. Why? Like, is the guy supposed to be there, or is
No, the forger is there.
forger? Okay.
I mean, if we want to split up, I could go talk to the forger, and you guys could go talk to someone on the docks.
You mentioned the dog. I mean, like, we have a whole day ahead of us. We have how, in terms of like scale of this city, is it like a whole day's?
It
like,
would
a
take
whole day's
you
job to
5
get
to
there?
10 minutes to get from one end to the other.
Okay, beautiful. That's what I figured. It was a smaller town.
Well,
It would be a lot more if there weren't the tree neighborhoods, but it is.
a vertical city.
Yes, it is. A lot of the pretty much all of the housing is placed above, not spread out.
you seem to be more than capable to handle your own as far as conversing with sailors, especially.
Yeah. I mean, if you'd like, I can go there on my own and just see what I can pick up, and you guys can go
That sounds like a plan
look
to
for
me.
trees. Yeah.
And I will keep in tandem with my friend here to make sure that we're abiding by laws.
We're gonna go.
Contracts.
We're gonna go talk to an illegal forger. How we're gonna abide by laws?
Read him his
best
rights.
as we possibly can.
Kind of lost your accent there.
No, I didn't.
I'm gonna head down to the docks probably. Is there anything? I mean, in particular, I should be looking for other than I guess the drawing he showed us of this human, or
Well, he did say to go talk to the Dock Workers Guild. So you can like find that building.
Okay.
You could ask for new faces in town.
But we will do these two first. Phosphorus
Yeah.
and Renister.
Yeah.
So you guys go to the Kibu tree that you know to look for. How people ascend or items are ascent. There are basically lifts that one of the jobs here is people like pull. In the way that it's set up mechanically, it's not like they're pulling the full weight. It's not like they have to lift all of you and your equipment. They just have to like move it up. So that's how you guys get up. There are bigger ones for if someone like needed house repairs and they needed equipment up there, stuff like that. And they lift you guys up. And this tree specifically has kind of like 3 layers with rope ladders that kind of lead up to each layer within the canopy.
You just have is the amulet the only thing you have towards your god?
The shield.
The giant fucking shield, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah.
What?
Well,
What?
you might want to cover the amulet and the shield.
Fair enough.
There are ways you can cover shields, right? I know there's actually like covers for shields.
Yeah. You would have like a traveling cover for it or something. Sure.
Yeah, I'd put that on and then like I'd just tuck the amulet like in my armor.
Okay. And you guys are looking around again?
Yep.
Give me a diplomacy check from each of you. You can keep your +2 circumstance phosphorus from before.
That's the case at 18.
18.
15.
Yes. As you guys kind of ask around, you are pointed to on the kind of 3rd level, a high up and out of the way house. They say a Tengu named Ukko lives there. Tengu, for anyone, they're kind of like raven people. Similar to D&D Kenku, except they like have their own voices, and aesthetically and lore-wise are very different. But they're like raven people, pretty much, or blackbird people. The reason they point you there is because they say that she often practices calligraphy, and there are rumors that she used to be a part of a thieves guild when she was younger. So if anyone fits the bill of a forger, it's probably her. Except for the forgers, which are a family. But you've already, crossed that, X'd out that. But yeah, it's a very basic, built in the canopy, just red wood house with blue roofing. It looks like just one story. If anything, it looks just one room. But yeah.
I'll go up and knock on the door.
Okay.
I'll just stand behind him, arms folded.
You see the window blinds kind of just shift a bit as you see the glint of like an eye. You hear the shifting of a lock, and the door kind of creaks open. You see the same eye, and it just peers out at you.
Hi. Can we have a conversation? Can I talk to you inside? Out of the open?
What?
I feel like we're in a similar line of business.
Roll diplomacy with a +2 circumstance bonus.
12.
No. And the door shuts.
How about a gold piece just to talk?
Door fully open.
I know my people.
And you see a, like I said, she's Tengu. Tengu. So she is like a raven person, but it's weird, right? Because like, how do you describe feminineness in a like rat folk
Giant
or
tits.
Boobs.
I mean, they don't have boobs because why would they?
Because they're female.
Good point.
No boobs or anything, but feminine features, I guess. A long black beak, very plain looking clothes. As you go in, you can see kind of a basic kitchen area and a living area, no really living room or anything, but there are a bunch of easels with all sorts of calligraphy on them and such. But yeah, she hands out her hand as she lets you in for the gold piece.
I'll give her
For
the
the
gold.
gold piece. She pockets it, and she shuts the door. Do you come in?
Yeah.
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 She shuts the door, and she kind of like hops up on the bed. She doesn't have a table or anything. She goes,
A friend of mine might have come to you looking for help. I'm trying to find him. Kind of owes me some money. And I'll give a description of the dude.
okay.
Hey,
Well-
he actually owes me a lot of money, so he might have went through a lot of trouble to hide from me.
Why don't you roll a deception bonus with a +4 circumstance bonus? Sorry, a deception roll with a +4 circumstance bonus. Because you basically perfectly describe this man that you claim to know.
22.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I don't really care how you helped him. I just kind of need to find him.
Well, his new name is Spencer.
Spencer? Was your last name?
Tilrem.
Till around.
Tilrem. Hard to catch because she's very soft-spoken and speaks in very few words. But Spencer Tilrem, he was for the docks.
Did he change his appearance at all?
He stays covered.
All right. I think that's it. Thank you for your help, and I'll give her 5 silver.
Okay. She takes it. Have one.
All right, let's go.
Why do you do this work?
What work? Let's go. I grab his hand. I start like pulling him away.
I just stand
Yeah.
firm.
There's a very low chance of that happening.
I
Pulling him away.
still try.
Yeah. Give me either way, even if you started to move him, there's no way you get him out of the house by the time
know.
he uses this. Yeah. But, what work?
What do you do on the side?
What side?
I put those days behind me.
Exactly.
For the
Forgeries?
Spencer. Yes, the forgeries. Why do you do them?
I checked his work.
You checked his work? Yes, but why take a risk?
He paid me.
That's all?
Don't have a lot.
Have a nice day.
Do you believe in harming the innocent?
As I leave, I stick my head back in. Sorry. The door.
Sorry, he's a cop.
You with the feds? Yeah.
No, to speak into my shield. I mean nothing.
Yeah. So while that was happening,
I'm just
Amen.
thinking I'm totally not going to find this guy walking at the docks.
yeah. He's like, why would he be at the docks? So, you get by and cross the river for the first time. The
Okay.
river is, at spots in the town, 100 to 150 feet wide. There is a bridge kind of in the southeast part of town, and everything south of that, there's no docks or anything. It's just the river flows in from the south up into the north. Everything north on the river, there are large docks built onto it. They more run along the river than they do jut out into it. As you can see, there is one kind of like 10-string line of these wood and metal, basically floating train cars in the water setup. So most things pull alongside to the edge of the docks. They don't really like pull up like a normal port would be on a dock that juts out onto it because they're just so long.
Yeah.
There's not enough space outward-wise on the river. Everything on the east side of the river, so everything past this large bridge is probably big enough for 3 to 4 carts at a time to cross it in either direction, made of red wood. Everything on that side of the river past a certain point to the north is gated off. There's a kind of similar, maybe only 10 feet wooden wall with a gate for people to go like actually into the docks. They don't just let anybody. It is closed most of the time unless someone comes and goes. In front of that gate is a big building that says Dock Workers Guild on it. Well, not really a big building, moderately sized building. Looks like an office of sorts, if you might. Past it, though, you can see these tall, think silo-like cylinders that reach up, and they have these running, kind of like before, stretchy, that kind of compressed tubes, and you can see one of them is like reaching down and connected to one of the locomotive cars and is like filling it with something. It looks to be rice.
Okay.
But yeah, you see it looks like there's a building that says the Dock Workers Guild.
Yeah.
Probably what you're looking for.
Yeah,
For the-
I would like to just walk up to the entrance of the guild. Is anybody sort of like at the entrance?
There's no one at the entrance, but the door is like propped open.
Okay, I just want to kind of stick my head in and walk in if it seems like that'd be appropriate.
Yeah, there's kind of a reception area in there. You see a humanoid sitting behind a small desk, very hastily scrawling with an ink and quill on a piece of paper. He's got very deep blue skin that appears to be dripping wet, but his clothes are completely dry. A bit of the water from his forehead drips onto the paper the parchment in front of him, and he curses under his breath in a language you don't understand, but you just the tone and the way he says it, you can tell it is he's saying some vile stuff in some language, like some very intense curses. And he looks horribly stressed as you come in.
Yeah, I just want to walk up to him and say, excuse me, pardon me, sir, may I have a moment of your time?
No.
Okay. Is there anybody else I might talk to that has a free moment?
Oh, shit. I'm the receptionist. What do you need?
I was hoping to look for some work. A friend of mine came to join not too long ago. He got here ahead of me in town. But I was hoping to just get the direction to wherever he was assigned to. I begin to describe him.
Okay. Roll a diplomacy check with a +2 circumstance bonus first.
It's a nat 1, so that's a 9.
Okay. Roll a deception check with a +4 circumstance bonus.
That's a 19.
Okay. So, I mean, he believes you, but without looking up, he says, gotta pay for documents. Names and shit. Gotta pay for it.
Gotta pay for what?
If you need information, I'll give it to you. But technically, to see a record, there's a fee.
Can I see if he's bullshitting?
Yeah, absolutely.
And is this something I will have ran into beforehand in this world of like mercantile type stuff of paying a fee to just learn
That's a good point.
information?
Yeah, you could probably make a lore check too, which I'll do.
There's
Yeah.
seafaring and mercantile.
Yeah. Yeah, this is not an uncommon thing. Often, especially for places with a lot of records and a lot of people working for them, just to go and find it is like might take some time anyways, depending on how well organized they are. So normally it's not massive. If this dude like says 3 gold pieces, absolute bullshit. It's normally nothing crazy, somewhere in the silver pieces.
Okay. I just want to, I would like to throw him, I'll just throw him a silver and just say, I want to describe him as a really not that smart of a guy. He's human, probably in the sort of lower skilled labor you have on the docks. Can't seem to get his 2 feet under him.
Okay. Yeah, he takes it, and without even looking, he pocketed it. Still not looking up at you. He says, yeah, that's Spencer. Tilram.
Do you know where he might be?
He works nights. Don't know where he lives. He's new.
Where he works?
He works here. He works nights here.
He works nights here.
The docks.
Okay. What time do those shifts start?
You said you're looking for work?
Yeah. I would like to get on the night shift as well, if that'd be okay. That's why I ask what time.
Yes. Can you come back by nightfall?
Yeah, just whatever time most people get here. Yeah.
Perfect.
Cool. Sounds good. Is there anything I need to show at night? Is there someone like you here to receive? Do I just show up with saying that you told me to come here, or?
Yeah, I'll be here.
Okay, sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you very much, my good sir.
Mm-hmm. He goes back to his desk. Okay, where are you guys going after?
Probably back to the
Pub.
inn.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about you?
No, yeah, I'll probably just. Is the inn sort of on the way to that tree that they were going to?
No, you would hit the tree. The tree is like the tree that they were going to is just on the other side of the bridge. So right as you cross the bridge, you would basically be right at the tree they were at.
Okay, I just want to kind of, as far as I'm concerned, that's kind of job done. We got the info. I know exactly where he's going to be and where he's going to be. So as far as I'm concerned,
Let's go kill him.
As far as I'm concerned, my job is done.
Yeah, he did
so
specify only get information. Do not confront him in any way.
So I'll quick take a peek at the dock, see as I walk out, see if there's anything as far as entrances, the amount of guards. I know he's fully operating under the law, and that's fine. But just because he's kind of not allowed there anyway, just I don't know, any little piece of information I can get to kind of ensure that I did a good job.
Yeah, for sure. I will tell you this: you would be aware that once he gets the information, he's kind of set. They can't resist him if he's like, I am here for this exact person that I know works here at this time.
Yeah.
It's
As far as
just
he
getting
will,
the information.
snooping around.
Yeah, he doesn't need to break it or anything. He just needs to show up and be like, Spencer Tilram, I'm here to take him. I know he's here. And then if they resist him, then they'd be breaking the law.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
yeah, then
yeah.
I'm set. I'm good.
So as you kind of walk through that side of the
Could I actually
city.
stop by the Farmers Guild on the way back if it's close?
Farmers Guild will be on the complete other side of town.
Okay.
It is close to the west exit, so you would hit both the pub and the tree before you hit anywhere else.
Okay, then I'll just head back to
But
the
since
pub
it's
then.
right on the way, I'll say you walk by right as they're coming down one of the lifts.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Did you find any information on our friend?
Almost all of it, yeah.
Well, we might have the second half to that.
Perfect. Where are we?
Let's meet at the inn and see if our friend is there.
He said he'd be at the Farmers Guild, but
Did
yeah.
he? Okay.
Well, he was going to go check
He
it
did
out.
say he was checking at the Farmers Guild today, yes.
I vote we just wait at the inn and drink.
Fair point.
Are you
But
paying, my friend?
For myself.
Well, if we do go to the Farmers Guild, we could see what work they have available.
I was thinking about going to that assembly, the Arcane Assembly as
Oh,
well,
great. Yeah, let's go take a look at them. This should
where all
be
the
fun.
smartest and most brilliant minds gather to.
Mind your manners, rat.
I will
Yeah.
be on my best behavior.
That's what I'm
Yes.
worried about.
Because you technically wouldn't know that they're not actually that magic focused here. You wouldn't have picked that up.
I'll be
either.
on my best behavior.
That is what I'm worried
They're
about.
kind of actually the perfect fit for you. You just don't really know that. They're very, engineering and create
Can we roll
mechanically
deception?
focused.
I heard
No,
the word.
I
No,
don't
I mean,
need-
I
I
think
don't
everyone
need-
here knows
Yeah.
that's just not true. So yeah, as the three of you are making your way through town,
We get ambushed.
against one of the buildings, there's kind of three men leaning up against it, and they're smoking pipes. One of them, Eamon, is looking at you with venomous eyes. He says under his breath, but obviously loud enough for the three of you to hear. One elf's bad enough, now we got another. And an underscum to boot. And he kind of spits in your guys' direction.
Mind
Just as
your
you pass.
manners.
You should just say it.
Yeah.
Roll intimidation. I will give you context, Eamon, because obviously you have not lived your life as a drow, as Taylor. Underscum is a pretty common racial slur for drow that you would have got before.
I'm going to use this.
Okay, perfect.
Once he does that, there's something I would like to do as well.
Nat 20. So 23.
Perfect. Yes. Wow, what a great use of our first hero point. GM Jack here with a quick explanation on hero points. Hero points are awarded once at the beginning of a session and at points throughout when the players do cool shit. For the campaign, we have a deck of cards that represents hero points, each with a unique effect on them. They can be spent by a player character to re-roll a check, basically an ED20 roll, such as Runesteer did just now, or activate the unique effect on said hero point card. A player can also spend all of their hero points to stabilize at 0 HP when they would have died. If you hear us mentioning cards or using cards, we are referring to hero points. Back to the action. So you just say, what did you say?
Kind of mind your
Watch your-
manners, my teeth
very bit.
bared.
Yeah, pretty much all of the venom in his eyes kind of turns to fear as his hand with the pipe shakes a bit, and he kind of trying to play it off to take a hit. But as he goes to take a hit, it kind of slips, and the lit tobacco in it kind of flings on his face, and he's like, fuck. And he rubs it off, and he just kind of starts to walk away.
At this, I would like to flip him off with one hand and then utter magic incantations and snap my fingers, and I want to soil his undergarments with prestidigitation.
Okay,
I can soil an object of one bulk or lighter.
you can, yes. I
So that
will.
he-
What are the components of prestidigitation?
It just says somatic and verbal. So
Okay. So I will tell
probably say
you,
something.
when you do cast magic, it's like I said before, you say it with your chest. So it'll
So
probably
this
be.
cantrip's not like a big. It's kind of a big deal thing to do.
I'm not saying it is. No one will notice. I'm saying there's a chance that someone might notice. I'm not saying you can just do it, no questions
And this
asked.
world's
no one
definitely
notices.
we're gonna report you because we see you with magic.
Maybe not
vibe.
report you, but a lot of people don't know a lot about magic, so they might be like, "Whoa, what?" But that also might help you do it covertly. So it's kind of like,
Yeah, because there's no visual thing other than my hands moving and me saying something. They don't necessarily know that's
Can I-
magic because
yes.
nothing. Pops out
I'm
of
saying
my
I will give
hands.
them a roll. It is a very low chance.
Yeah,
Do I
sure.
notice him
I'm
doing this?
just warning you that him.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would notice magic is casting.
Can I just walk in front of his way? Because
Yeah.
I just to sort of
Absolutely.
block the way of it.
I won't even make the roll. You're very large. Yeah. You do that. It doesn't seem like he notices right away.
Disappear behind my friend.
Yeah, until he kind of turns a
He
corner
might even
and you
know-
just hear a "What the fuck?"
Sounds
Just
like I
like-
really scared him.
Just like a brown dampness so that his friends think he shit himself.
The friends didn't go anywhere. One of the friends goes up and like full bows in front of you and goes, "My apologies," and he starts to run off. After
It's
his
all
friend.
good. It's not you.
Man, looks like I really scared him.
If he jumped off a bridge, would you get better friends?
I say that though. I say like, man, looks like I really scared them.
Looks like you got him. Thanks for that. Just so you know, I'm not gonna ever start a fight over that. It's just
It was funny.
It is what it is.
I put my palm back on my.
Yeah,
Phosphorus,
this
I
whole
said-
time,
I
Phosphorus
said-
was ready to die for the homies,
I
dude.
just
I'm ready.
No, I'm ready to kill.
Yeah, kill. Yeah,
I just look at him with a puzzled look. I'm like, in all of my codes, I have not come across something that goes against soiling someone's pants. I don't think that falls under abuse of power.
I don't know
but
if you would know that happened.
Yeah, that's fair. You probably wouldn't know exactly what.
Nobody
did.
but
Fair
the
enough.
individual man knows what happened to his underpants.
Yeah, that's true. That's
What
fair.
a statement.
Nobody but well, and you obviously, but outside of you.
Fair enough.
Nobody in the- Yeah. So where are you guys headed? To the
I'm just
pub?
heading back to the pub. That
Yep.
sounds great.
So you guys go there. No Vasco. Would you wait any amount of time? By now it's midday-ish.
Is the Arcane Assembly a place you would look for literature on arcane subjects, or is that something totally different?
Absolutely, it'd be somewhere you would look for that kind of stuff.
I wouldn't-
It's definitely not a. So to give you more context about the Arcane Assembly, places, pretty much every major settlement in New Ranku has an assembly hall, is what they're called. Each of them varying widely. This one would probably be the least library-like, but there are probably people there that have books. But it's definitely not a place where you just go and look at books yourself. You would have to find somebody.
Okay, I'm not trying to spend a whole day doing this or anything.
Yeah,
But if there's a
of
way
course.
I could go there and ask someone to look for books on sort of nature sorcery type magic, I would like to find anything on that. Specifically, just kind of the sorcery world of magic, not so much.
Yeah, like
to do with schooling.
innate magic, not bestowed magic.
All I've heard it calls sorcery.
Yes, yeah. But
I'd like to tag along.
yeah, I was gonna say, do you guys
Yeah, I would.
go? Because I assume if he was just not gonna sit there, I don't know why you guys wouldn't.
No, I definitely wouldn't.
Word.
Do you like books, Phosphorus? Much of a
Absolute-
reader?
I actually am, but I'm kind of here for the same reason people go to the zoo.
Holy shit, that's really good.
Must feel good to be on the other side of things for once, huh?
Oh,
Man, you were just racist.
Didn't we just deal with someone with racial overtones?
I didn't say anything racially overtoned.
You just said I was. an
My
animal
city
at the
literally
zoo.
had a rat-phobe
Caged.
zoo. I'm just kidding. I meant the prison that you totally were falsely in, my friend.
yeah. So, large hall. Again, one of the few stone buildings, roughly 150 feet wide and 50 feet deep. Tall, maybe 20 feet high, vaulted ceilings, wooden walls, sporadically placed, all about cutting the interior into hodgepodges of cubicles, pretty much. Sparks fly over the walls to the cubicle to your left as a mixture of smell of burning wood and chemicals attacks your nose. Hammering, bashing, shouting, and sometimes even singing blares out from all directions. Two humans walk by at a brisk pace. They're covered in sweat and grime. They don't even glance up at you as they are carrying some sort of metal cylinder with a bunch of arcane sigils on it. And then suddenly there's a massive explosion from the cubicle directly in front of you. It almost, all of you almost kind of just from the
pull up my
force
shield,
of the explosion, and you almost kind of buckle under the weight of it. And the leftmost wall of the cubicle in front of you just kind of and falls down.
The culprit of the explosion is revealed to be the man in charge of the assembly hall? Well, I'm sure him and Phosphorus will get along. And as Renistir stumbles upon an old acquaintance who has worked for the group, the party will again be forced to leave the city walls, much to Eamon's dismay. But what awaits them in the jungle? Woodsmen? Bandits? Sexy ladies made of plants? Find out next time on Dying 5.
If you enjoyed today's episode, consider leaving us a review on whatever platform you listen on. We'd love to hear your feedback. And if anyone in your life just can't get enough tabletop RPG action, send them our way. If tabletops have taught me anything, it's that good stories become great ones when you have some folks to share them with. And as always, Thanks for listening.